startups, startup economy, opportunity economy, yada, yada, yada. It's like classic liberal elite speak, by the way, that is like utterly repulsive to like the broadest subsects of American society, both in places like New York and California, but certainly outside of places like New York and California where people feel left behind. Okay. They hate that language. And I get it. Like, I get why they hate that language. That language is repulsive. It sucks.
I'm Kamala Harris, and this is the Wired autocomplete interview. What do you want me to do with each one?
Just drop them on the floor. Yeah.
It's not going to be in the camera shot?
It's off camera.
Because I don't believe in littering.
No, I know. We're going to
Okay. How to pronounce Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. My baby nieces, you can go on YouTube, and they did a really great tutorial on how to pronounce my name. So look it up. What did Kamala Harris's mother tell her? She told us that we should never let anyone tell us who we are. You tell them who you are. She said to me many times, Kamala, you may be the first to do many things. Make sure you're not the last.
Has she made even one vote earning decision after naming Tim Walz? It's been misfire after misfire ever since. Yes, I agree with you. 100 P. It's ass. She has been utter hot ass since the Tim Walz pick. Well, I guess like, did the price gouging thing come before or after? That was the only other thing. Okay, just straight. I think I with the exception of like, I'm gonna tackle price gougers. It has just been awful. The debate wasn't all hot ass. No, we're talking about like earning votes beyond the aesthetics, chatter. Beyond the aesthetics. If you are already committed to going out to vote and you care about civility in politics, then yes, she did a fantastic job earning your vote by showcasing the fact that she is an adult woman and someone who's a responsible adult, especially when matched against Donald Trump. The problem is outside of that, if we're talking about like any kind of real momentum, any kind of real progressive policies that she would be responsible for if elected, she'd been hot ass. She keeps saying how she's middle class and loves the middle class and loves small businesses over and over and over and over and over again. It's like, who is this for, dog? Who is this for?
I was 2 years old. My mother told me to look out for my little sister. These are all instructions that she gave me that I have carried throughout my life. What does Kamala Harris stand for? I am a daughter of parents who are active in the civil rights movement.
Oh, God, here we go. What does she stand for? She's middle class. She's middle class. That's what she stands for. She's middle class. And also, have I told you guys that I'm middle class? I want to mention once again, I'm middle class and I love small business. Opportunity economy. Why is that a bad thing? Because it's fake as it's phony, dude. Think about Tim Walz. Think about the way Tim Walz communicates his background. He was a teacher. He was a veteran. Okay? When you listen to him speak, whether what he did as a coach, whether it's about what he did as a teacher, like there is a level of authenticity to it. Okay? Kamala Harris simply just goes, I'm middle class. I love small businesses. She laughed. She laughed when she said she loves small business. She did the, I love small businesses. Ain't nobody feels that way, okay? That's not a real thing. Man, I was worried about the genocide, but she said she will give $50K to small businesses. Yeah. Like, I asked you this question when the first plan was unveiled, that she was going to do $50,000 in tax cuts for small businesses, startups, startup economy, opportunity economy, yada, yada, yada. It's like classic liberal elite speak, by the way, that is like truly repulsive, utterly repulsive to like the broadest subsects of American society, those that live both in places like New York and California, but certainly outside of places like New York and California where people feel left behind. Okay? They hate that language. And I get it. Like, I get why they hate that language. That language is repulsive. It sucks. And all I will say is this. Tim Walz is locked in to defending Kamala Harris's shitty positions, no matter how shitty they are, because he's a VP. He's a loyal soldier. So just listen to the way he talks about these issues and what he seeks to omit when talking about these issues and what he seeks to focus when talking about even the shitty policies that Kamala Harris is advancing. And you will understand why the way Kamala Harris presents a lot of this stuff is just ass. Okay? If you live in one of these flyover states, if you live in the Rust Belt, if you live in a town that has been like absolutely gutted by capitalism as like the industry has left because they shipped manufacturing jobs to either Mexico with NAFTA or they shipped manufacturing jobs to China and left nothing but rubble behind. And you hear someone from California go, I love the opportunity economy. I'm middle class. I love small businesses. I love my small businesses. You're going to be like, what the are you talking about, dude? Give me money. Give me money. That's why her shit, her statements on price gouging, going after price gougers, is the most popular policy position that she has right now. That's her most popular policy position. Okay? In spite of the regular attacks against said policy from Republicans, Republican media saying it's Vuvuzela, saying it's Venezuela, saying it's Commie Harris, it doesn't matter. People are like, well, I don't give a shit. It's too expensive. Do the same for rent. Okay? Do the same for rent. Do the same for rent. Just say, it, YOLO. We're going to drive rent down. Even if you don't have a good idea about how you're going to do it, you should just say it regardless. Okay? Just say it. It's a real problem that people experience, a real problem that people are living through. Address that issue. Child tax credit is good. I'm a small business owner. I couldn't give less of a fuck about the small business tax credit. Nobody cares. No, the child tax credit is good. And it's also objectively very popular. I still hate the delivery mechanism of the child tax credit because obviously it's a tax credit. And it seems like we have nothing. We only have like, what's good? March is here. It seems like Democrats will only solve a problem by like gutting revenue streams and trying to arrive at a backward solution. Like the better alternative is subsidies, but obviously tax cuts. We have primed the American population to believing that tax cuts are good and tax hikes are bad, which is why no Democrat will ever demonstrate courage and be like, no, we're just going to give you money. You know, I think I got to disagree as a dude that works in a warehouse. Most people aren't thinking about this kind of shit. They honest to God think Trump is better on the economy off nothing other than vibes. No, dude, they think Trump is better on the economy because that's like a thing that the Republicans in a media marketplace that is slanted towards hyper-capitalism, of course, the side that is more pro-deregulation is always going to come across like they are better for business, okay? The media will present this false narrative thoroughly. But beyond that, Trump also does regularly say, I'm going to cut prices. He just doesn't tell you how, and it's bullshit, but he says it, so people hear it. Just like he also lied routinely in 2016 about how he was going to bring manufacturing jobs back. Okay? That's it. Like, people like to hear that from their politicians. I promise you, if you are hurting, okay, this is the worst audience to communicate this to because a lot of you are nerds, okay? You're the most annoying goddamn nerds on the planet. And therefore, you have no capacity to look at a situation and be like, maybe people do believe the politician when the politician says, I'm going to cut your prices, even if the politician is lying. Okay? That's the problem. A lot of you are goddamn nerds. So you go, but Trump is lying. It's like, yeah, I know, dumbass. It doesn't matter. People believe him. If you're looking at an election, that's good marketing. Okay? That's it. Yeah, you don't have to use any of that shit. I don't know what the fuck that is. Why do you have two? You have a vendor pass? Damn, bro. Flex. March has a vendor pass. He's staying in a much nicer hotel. Yeah. He's little broing me. Okay. I'm gonna... Oh, shit. Hold up. No, I'm going with it. What, you don't like my fit? Asking me if I'm changing? What the hell? Door's open. Oh, shit. I'm not there to sign it. Can you just drop it off? I can't sign it. I'm not there right now. Yeah, sure. All right. This is ridiculous. It's on the bros and fellow Kamala. Door knockers have found me and keep using me for their talking point paychecks, lol. What? You are saying the vibes are showing Trump up, but polling has him near 1-2 lead, only down from what it was? No. Kamala Harris has been able to catch up to Donald Trump on the economy because he doesn't even he focuses entirely too much on immigration right now. His strong suit is the economy, and he's completely dropped the ball on it because he literally almost exclusively talks about immigrants. That is the real reason why Trump is actually down on the economy in comparison to where he was on the economy, because he just has no interest in talking about anything. He said he had concepts of a plan. That was bad. Okay. But you also have to understand, he literally can't shut the up about migrants. Bro, he was at the anti-Semitism conference yesterday, and he said migrants are responsible for the rise in anti-Semitism. That's when I knew this man has lost his sauce. Okay? I feel like old Trump also despised immigrants, but would never say such an idiotic thing. Okay? Like, anti-Semitism is being caused by the migrants is such a funny thing to say when, like, the people repeating his anti-migrant sentiment are straight up blood and soil. Jews will not replace us Nazis, which he historically sided with and said we're very fine people. So, like, that's like that to me spells that he's so one note.
They actually took me when I was in a stroller to civil rights marches where they were fighting for freedom, for justice, for equality. I believe, for example, right now that one of the biggest things that we must fight for is
good on economy is also effectively a dog whistle for will deport immigrants who are taking your job. Nah, I don't think so. I think some people do believe that, but I think most people now have moved on to, like, migrants are a problem for national security rather than, like, migrants are a problem for the economy. I think most Americans, like a lot of the Americans who think migrants are bad for national security literally hire undocumented migrants. The f are we talking about? Every single person knows, or maybe is, like, oblivious to this reality, but there is a person out there in one of the businesses that you have hired or in one of the businesses that you encounter, whether they be like the HVAC specialist or whether it be, I don't know, landscapers or something like that, or the guy that your landlord hires to fix your HVAC. You know what I mean? Like someone that you interact with on a daily basis that is a business owner that is right-wing absolutely is sitting there and hiring undocumented migrants. Okay? 1,000%. Restaurants that you frequent, the owner might be right-wing, but they are absolutely hiring undocumented migrants. That's it. Every kitchen in every restaurant. So these guys people that are taking care of the elderly, your grandparents, like, they still hate them, but it don't matter. They also kind of recognize that these guys are these guys are just doing jobs that you don't want to do for the price point that you will never take. I was watching, and I happen to agree completely with what you just said, but the thought that the only thing you have eaten for dinner in the past 6 years was chicken. Did I just watch you eat something else? Yeah, I had a shawarma. I just had a shawarma. Good eye chatter. Kelly Osbourne take? What do you mean Kelly Osbourne take? It's just the truth of the matter. Like, there is not a single crop that's picked in this goddamn country that doesn't touch migrant hands, okay? They are used and abused. My solution to this problem is not necessarily to keep them undocumented and hyper-exploited. It is to document them. I know this isn't what we want to hear here, but the older suburb generation, almost everything she's done has slapped. It's all I get. Child tax credit, lower prices, housing plans, all fired these people up. They love her calm delivery is what they want. Yeah, I don't care, dude. There are a shit ton of people out there, okay? Those people already voted for Joe Biden. Joe Biden already defeated Donald Trump. Those people are either going to come out and vote regardless. They always vote. They love voting. Older people in the suburbs love voting. And she already has them on the civility front. The problem is those people are already invested. Those people are already going to go out and vote. You're talking about people who are going to go out and vote. And they're going to vote for Kamala Harris, just like they were going to vote for Joseph Robinette Brandon. We're not talking about those people. This is what's very frustrating about this story is, like, yes, I know upper middle class suburbians love neoliberal policies. I get that. But there is a massive amount of people that you're just, like, leaving, you're casting aside. There's a massive amount of people that you could potentially, if you made a convincing argument, move over to your side as well. I just don't, like, I don't know. I hate this like tailoring your policy, hyper specific policy that's not going to really help a lot of Americans exclusively to the whims of like you know, the upper middle class suburban white people with a college education. There's a shit ton of people that don't have that college education that are just like looking for something different. One of the most important aspects of this election has been 60% of voters demanding change, like needing change from the prior administration. Okay. A second point on that is that the majority, the overwhelming majority, not overwhelming, but majority of voters also say Trump does represent a change. Now, that could be good, that could be bad. 28% say Kamala Harris represents that change. That should be a clear-cut indication that there's a lot of people out there that want change and are not seeing it in Kamala Harris. The goal should not be to get those people to reluctantly go out and vote for you. The goal should be to at least say a couple things, like I'm begging, just a couple things. I'm like reducing the needs and the interests from the Democratic campaign every day at this point. It's just like it's not bad. It is good. It is good for the election.
Freedom of a woman to make decisions about her own body and not have her government tell her what to do. An important moment that I had was back in 2004 when I was one of the first elected people in the country to perform same-sex marriages, because I believe very strongly that the law should not treat people differently when it comes to being able to love who they love and the freedom to love who you love openly and with pride. Does Kamala Harris have kids? Yes. I have 2. Cole and Ella became my cherished children. Doug, my husband, I was very clear with him that when we started dating, I wanted to see how this thing was going to go before I would meet Cole and Ella. You know, I'm a kid of divorced parents.
We got to swap out.
It was important to make sure that when I developed a relationship with the kids, that it would be lasting. I love those kids to pieces. They are my children, and I'm very proud of them. How was Kamala Harris's life as a child? I had the blessing of having a great childhood. I grew up in a neighborhood full of families.
Why is the laptop
adults who were everything from construction workers to teachers, people who were proud of their lawn. As kids, we used to ride bikes in the neighborhood. I'll never forget and will always love my banana seat on my bike. And I grew up, you know, in a family of people who, you know, some were family by blood and some were family by love. A real incredible childhood. And I want the same for every child in America. Here we go.
What is that?
Where is Kamala Harris from? Oakland, California, the home of the Golden State Warriors, who are one of my favorite teams and have always on the court shown incredible excellence.
I'm still here, Chad. Shut up.
I'm
still here. It's just that like my laptop camera is broken. I don't know why. When I activate it, it literally gives like a weird thing. Like it gives a weird warning. Here, look. This is what I get when I activate the laptop camera. I don't know why. I'm still here. It's just that the laptop camera is not working. It's privacy mode. How do I turn the privacy mode off? You locked it? Switch the camera button? There's no camera button. There's no button on the camera, chat. There's a physical button on the laptop. Wait, really? I don't know which button that is. I don't think there is a button. There is no cover on the camera either. FNF, maybe? No, that just grabbed it full screen. It's a slide. I don't have a cover. Oh, I found it. I found it. Hold up. Boom. Look at that. Yeah, no, it is a Lenovo. It was on the right side of the laptop. Where's March when you need him? He's in the room. He's just too busy. He's too busy putting this shit together. And also, he wouldn't have known that. He's a gooner, and he loves keeping his camera on at all times, hoping that his FBI agent is watching when he's cranking it, dude. Thank you for the help, chatters. You suck at technology, King. It's so funny you say that because we put together some of the most insane, like impressive technological feats on a daily basis on this broadcast to you know, make sure that you have like seamless, uninterrupted coverage. You know, swapping from a remote desktop setup to a roaming camera setup and then moving on. And what do you mean we, like, March, can you defend me on this? Like, they think I don't know what the I'm doing. Like, that's crazy. He said, which is crazy that he's doing that. It's almost go time, King. Put us in the bag. I am. Yeah. You look good as a cam girl. Poppy. Thanks. Blast off meme for later when you're at TwitchCon. What the bro? This is the worst blast off meme I've ever seen in my entire life. Pants, shit, hog cranked, Deborah left me, Peterbilt, ass wiped, X, late to his own TwitchCon event. Check. Bottom text, check. If you think I'm going to use this as a blast off meme, you are hallucinating. Okay? This meme is so goddamn deep fried. It's like not ready for this century yet. Okay? This is a next century deep frying meme. Everything bad is good again. And we as a society are not ready for this. Okay? Yeah, it's 2006, but it's not 2206. It needs to be 2206 for this meme to be good again. Okay? Will you be doing a stream from TwitchCon later tonight? No, we're swapping over to the roaming camera. And after we swap over to the roaming camera, we are going to move. We are going to go, we're going to get in a car. I'm not going to be able to show you that aspect of the stream. Okay? And for privacy reasons, for security reasons, apparently. And then we're going to get to the TwitchCon. We're going to get to TwitchCon, and you're going to get to see the BTS, like, behind the scenes before we get ready for Debate Lords. Okay? Where are you? I am in San Diego. Are you all right? You're trembling. What's going on? Hasan is going to be late to his own Twitch event. No, I am not. What is this? Is Debate Lords like a Speenus thing? What is a Speenus? I don't even want to know what the you're saying with that. Some things are just left unsaid, better left unsaid. I'm going in. Hold on.
Kamala Harris go to college. Howard University, which we refer to as the Mecca. I actually ran for my first office there. Freshman class representative of the Liberal Arts Student Council. It was a very tough race against a girl from Jersey. She was tough and smart. Kamala Harris laughing. I love to laugh. It's really important to be able to laugh at yourself, laugh with folks, and there are obviously moments that require serious thought and serious approaches, but I hope that everybody has a moment to laugh from time to time. Kamala Harris presidential campaign. So I am running for president of the United States. I am the vice president of the United States, and I intend to win as president of the United States. And I intend to be a president for all Americans. As a prosecutor, when I would talk with a victim of crime or a witness, I never asked them, are you a Democrat or a Republican? The first thing I'd always ask them is, are you okay? And that's the kind of president I intend to be. It's about you and how you're doing. And again, tapping into your dreams and your aspirations for yourself and the people in your life. Can Kamala Harris beat Trump? Yes, absolutely. I think what's really important is to know what you stand for, and then you know what to fight for. You know, I come from a middle-class background. My mother worked hard, she saved up, and only when I was a teenager, she was able to buy our first home. And that's why I'm focused in particular on middle-class families and doing what I can to uplift working people. My opponent, Donald Trump, on the other hand, you know, he gives tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations. I stand for our military. I believe we have to honor their service, their sacrifice, the service and sacrifice of their families. My opponent has called military heroes suckers and losers. Not to mention that I think most Americans want to have a leader who believes that their strength is not in beating people down, but in lifting people up. And that's why I'm going to beat Trump. Kamala Harris, Attorney General of California, 2 terms. As Attorney General, I was the top law enforcement officer of the biggest state in the country. I took on the big banks for predatory lending practices against homeowners, so many who faced foreclosure, and I took them on and actually won $20 billion. Kamala Harris policies. One of my policies is to make sure that first-time home buyers will get $25,000 in down payment assistance. So you can just get your foot in the door and be able to live that dream and obviously work hard and own a home, and that's part of building wealth. The tax deduction right now for startups is only $5,000, and no one can start a new small business with $5,000. Let's expand that and give people a $50,000 tax deduction to start up a small business. Our small businesses are the backbone of America's economy, including giving a tax break to middle-class families, including young parents of $6,000. So you can just have the support you need to buy a crib, to buy a car seat, to buy baby clothes, knowing that's such a fundamental stage of your child's life, the first year of life, and we want to do what we can to support your natural desire to parent. Kamala Harris, Tim Walz. So Tim Walz is my running mate. I call him, as do many, Coach Walz. He's an incredible person. He was a high school teacher, high school football coach. He has served our country in uniform, and he is currently a governor of a state under his leadership that has been designated 6th most friendly to businesses. He reminds me of people I grew up with. Different part of the country, folks who seemingly have nothing in common and have everything in common. Hardworking people who love their community, who care and work hard and contribute. Get to know Tim Walz. He's really a great guy. Kamala Harris Sorority. The name of my sorority is Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and it is the oldest black sorority in America and has a history of producing incredible women who have gone on to great roles of leadership. Kamala Harris, gun ownership. I and Tim Walz are both gun owners. We will not take anybody's guns away. We also need to have reasonable gun safety laws. I believe that we need an assault weapons ban. We need universal background checks. We need red flag laws. We can support the Second Amendment, as I do, and also agree that we need some reasonable laws. I mean, if you talk to a lot of people in our country who have sadly, from kindergarten through 12th grade, have to go through active shooter drills and worry about whether when they're sitting in class and should be learning and taking advantage of the wonders of the world, and some part of their mind is worried about somebody busting through the door of the classroom with a gun, I think we should agree. We don't want our kids, we don't want anyone to live with that kind of fear, and there are things we can do about it. Kamala Harris, Taylor Swift. I am very proud to have the support of Taylor Swift. She's an incredible artist. I really respect the courage that she has had in her career to stand up for what she believes is right. But we were on different sides of the Super Bowl last year. I am a 49ers fan, but who's mad at anyone for being loyal to their team, right? So there you go. Kamala Harris, debate. That was quite enjoyable. I enjoyed the debate. I think it's very important for us to, in our democracy, create an opportunity for civil debate and disagreement about ideas and about policies. I think the debate showed that we have two very different visions for our country. I stand for and have a vision that is about the future of our country, and I offer, I think, a new generation of leadership. My opponent, Donald Trump, I think, his vision for our country is very grounded in the past, and frankly, an attempt to take us backward. You know, taking away the freedom to make decisions about your own body, regardless of your gender, saying that the government has a right to tell you what to do with your body. I think that's kind of backward. I think the government shouldn't be making those decisions for people. Kamala Harris. Joy. I call myself a joyful warrior. I think it is important to find joy in each other, in the strength that we each have to lift each other up, to build community, to build coalition. There you go. Let's all share some joy. Okay, that was it. We're done. Okay, let's do it another way. I really enjoyed talking with everybody. That's it. No more boards. Thank you for your interest, and just stay active and please vote.